Hey guys, this is Sergeant Mick, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do a paint job on your airsoft guns. Following my step will give you a really nice finish that won't chip or scratch easily, so let's get going. The first step involves in you taking your whole gun apart and only saving the parts that you're actually going to paint. For instance, for this KJ Glock 23, I'm painting the lower receiver, so I'm removing the hammer, trigger, and mag release, and slide, magazine. I'm taking all this stuff out just to get to the bare bone of this lower receiver. If you're painting a whole gun, well, take the whole gun apart. It only takes the external parts you want to paint. The next step is to remove every bit of dirt, oil, or grease onto your parts. So with the help of dishwasher soap, and use a little brush to start cleaning your parts. You can soak them in for a couple minutes, then with that brush get every bits of oil or grease off, mostly for gas blowback rifles and pistols. Since we use silicone oil a lot, there's a residue that forms on the gun. Be sure to do extra cleaning on textures and rough surfaces and corners just to be sure you get everything off. Do a squeak test by rubbing your finger across the piece to be sure that it's oil and dirt free. Rinse it off to remove any soap residues, and if there's little touches to do it with your brush, and then rinse your part again. Using a towel or rag, dry your pieces and you're good to go for the paint job. Now the paint we're going to be using and that you should use is Krylon Camouflage Fusion for plastics. This paint is awesome since it doesn't require any primer and is specially made for plastics. It will also work for metal, don't worry about it. Be sure to shake your can really good and stay a good distance away from your parts. So first off, test the paint, shoot out the cardboard just to be sure it's right, and then start doing light sprays onto it. It's better if you do multiple thin coats than one thick one, and trust me, I know what I'm talking about. And just spray around the whole piece. Be sure that you get every places, like inside the trigger guard is probably the hardest, and a little bit inside the mag well here. So once you're done painting your first coat, wait 15 minutes and do your second one. After your first coat has dried, do your second and, if necessary, third coat until you completely cover the piece. Now that one side is correctly painted, wait an hour before actually turning the piece over to the next side and start repeating the whole process of the layers again. Once you're done doing all your layers again, wait an hour, and then we're going to be moving on to the matte finish clear coat that will actually protect it from any scratches. After an hour of drying time, you're now ready to apply your clear coat. So we're going to be using some Armor Coat clear finish lacquer. This is matte. And shake it up real good for 2 minutes, and we're going to start applying it. So shake it up really good for 2 minutes. Like the black paint, test the lacquer first and then start spraying light coats at about 15 inches away from your pieces. Go all around. Again, do thin coats, not thick. Now before applying the second coat, we're going to have to wait an hour this time in between coats. Again, do light sprays, stay far away from the piece, at least 12 inches, and go around the piece. Be sure to get inside every grooves and notches, and then if you need to, add your third coat. After your last coat has dried for an hour, turn the piece over and repeat the steps. Do your coat 1, 2, and if necessary 3, and then you'll be good to reassemble everything back together. Before actually putting the piece back together, be sure to wait a full 2 or 3 days before reassembling everything together. So in here I've reinstalled every mechanical part inside, reinstalled the slide, test out everything works, the paint isn't too thick, because if your paint is too thick, some parts might not function properly. In this case here, everything was alright, shooting fine, and yeah, we now have a sick looking Glock. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and it'll be useful for you, and I'll see you next time in my next Friday video. See ya.